Hey, good evening, everyone. Adam, where you been? Fort Payne checking in tonight. I see that. Last few days, haven't seen you on here. Maybe extended Labor Day weekend. We got a few showers still going on in and around Decatur. The last bit of lightning was northeast of Moulton off Highway 24. That was about 25, 30 minutes ago. Everything's kind of fading away, but we could still see a shower late tonight. We'll get to that in a second. What we're going to talk about tonight, we're going to talk about thunderstorm chances increasing for Saturday afternoon, and it won't be for all of us. And there is a question of whether we'll see rain in the morning Saturday. And I know I'm talking Saturday, it's only Wednesday night, but I'm focused on the weekend. That's our next best chance for showers and storms. And the main reason is because there's a cold front coming in. This is the front we thought last week would move in Thursday. It's moving in Saturday, but it's still moving in. So there's some good news there. And it's going to cool us off. We're going to see temperatures probably closer to the upper 70s to near 80 Sunday. Your Saturday evening looks really good. I think we're going to have good patio weather out there, good patio fires for some watching late evening college football. Not sure what the Auburn and Alabama kickoff times are, or Tennessee for that matter. But I know the Jayhawks are kicking off at 2:30 Saturday. They're playing Mizzou. Big rivalry. They're bringing it back. Again, the border war with University of Kansas and Missouri. Yeah, Tuscaloosa Saturday afternoon. I think they may have some thunderstorms down there, Jameson. We'll talk about that in a second. But let's talk about what's going on right now. And we've got a couple of showers out there. Again, we need the rain this time of year. We really need the rain. Anytime we can get rain this time of year, good. Because we only average about 3 inches for the entire month. And yesterday they had record rainfall in the Shoals. I think it was about 2.31 inches. It was a record for that particular day in history. So tonight, a lot of what you see in the northeast corner of the state up to Fayetteville, Winchester, that's all ground clutter. And I've seen a lot of maps that show a lot of ground clutter, and they're talking about bird migration on social media. A lot of that's not bird migration picked up on radar, because the birds are going south. If you notice here, all this ground clutter pattern's moving north. The birds are not going north, they're migrating south. So again, there's a lot of false narrative out there as far as radar returns. Sure, radar can pick up bird migration, but not every night, especially when there's an inversion, it's picking up the inversion. So again, you gotta watch what you find on social media. Anyway, let's take a look right now at the Parkway. It's 75 degrees. It's a comfortable night, and that's what happens when the sun starts setting earlier. It tends to cool off a little bit earlier in the evening. Here's your Thursday planner. I've dropped the chance of rain to 20%. I think if we get any rain, it's going to be in the morning hours. A few spotty showers, kind of left over from the disturbance moving through tonight. But it's going to warm up quick tomorrow. It's going to hit 90. Oh, okay, Alabama. Okay, thanks, Molly. Alabama kicks off at 6:45 Saturday night. I think it'll be rain-free. It's going to be comfortable. They'll have a north wind around 10. They may get a gust around 15 miles an hour after kickoff. So, again, kickoff looking good. Again, we'll talk more about Saturday coming up, but tomorrow and Friday, going to be hot. High school football games are going to be hot. We're talking 95, the high, Friday. Heat index during kickoff will be in the low 90s Friday, so get ready for that. I know Carl's not looking forward to that. Carl will have the latest on those high school matchups. And of course, probably a preview of college football coming up tonight at 10. Here are the temperatures. Oddly enough, it's warmer in Huntsville than it is in Tuscaloosa tonight. Anybody want to wonder why? It's because they had rain down there earlier. Rain-cool boundary shifted to the north. But here's what's coming our way. Not all of this, but that's the cooler air mass. It's up to the north. And they were in the 60s all day in Green Bay and Sioux Falls and Minneapolis. I got a buddy coming down from Sioux Falls this weekend. Big weather conference in town. National Weather Association is going to be here. I'm going to be at the Bob Barron's Weather Conference coming up Friday and Saturday. And then again, the main National Weather Conference begins Sunday, big conference. So you may see a lot of meteorologists in town. So again, I believe most of this is surrounding the Embassy Suites in downtown Huntsville. So again, I mentioned my friend coming in from Sioux Falls. He's going to be a little shocked after highs today, only in the 60s. It's going to be warm for his arrival with temperatures a muggy 85. So here's the 3-day forecast. 90 Thursday. So again, tomorrow, hot. Just a 20% chance of an isolated shower or storm. And then the hottest day of the month so far, probably the hottest day we've had in a while. I'd have to go look at August. I think early August was a little hot. But 94, heat index of 100 Friday, mostly sunny. And then Saturday, scattered showers and thunderstorms. I'm going to take a quick 1-minute break here, and then we're going to be talking about the chance of showers and storms. In fact, I'm going to cheat the break here and talk a little bit over it. But coming up, we're going to talk more about the thunderstorm chances for your Saturday and just how cool it's going to get behind that front. Sunday looks great. All right, everybody, thanks for sticking around for that. Adam mentioning he wasn't happy with how Alabama played last weekend. I don't think anybody was happy with how Alabama played. I'll tell you, Auburn played really well. My Kansas Jayhawks played really well. The Texas Longhorns didn't play very well. But, you know, that first week is always tough. As Nick Saban was mentioning, you just don't know what your team is going to be made of until you get to that first game. But I don't think the season's completely over for Alabama. I think they're going to have. It's not the season I think every Alabama fan wants, but that's just the reality. College football, there's so much parity anymore, and you get this the NIL involved. I mean, somebody was saying the quarterback from North Carolina, he's a James Clemens grad. I think they were saying he had an NIL deal for $2 or $4 million. I don't know how they. I haven't seen the statistics on that, but I mean, those are some insane numbers these college athletes are getting. I see a few more showers tonight, but not a whole lot of rain. You could check our 48 First Alert weather app. You get radar on there. Again, there's some ground clutter in the northeast corner of the state. We've got showers moving through Morgan County. But let's talk about what's going on with the weekend. And what you're about to see is something I haven't seen yet. This is the latest forecast model run. The thing about Saturday morning is the early morning convection is all dependent upon if we get a line of thunderstorms along this front Friday night that tracks away from the front and slowly drifts in during the morning hours. So the most confidence I have is going to be the afternoon rain once the front catches up. So notice a round of thunderstorms here during the morning hours. We could still see that. This is showing up, but it shows up a little bit later than it did. So what will happen is, if that round of thunderstorms comes through late, like late morning, or even 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., the atmosphere is not going to support thunderstorms immediately along the front. So we have to warm up back to the convective temperatures, which are going to be in the mid to upper 80s to see thunderstorms. So the latest forecast guidance here shows everything developing a little later, but even around 6:30 down in Tuscaloosa, again, kickoff 6:45, our rain chances drop off from Tuscaloosa to the north. And then we've got a really nice Saturday evening. A breeze out of the north around 10 miles an hour, low humidity, and temperatures falling all the way. Sunday's going to be perfect. Here's your daily rain chances. Everything's going to peak Saturday. So if we get a complex of storms that moves through Saturday morning, that will lower the chance for the early afternoon hours, especially for northwest Alabama and the Huntsville metro area north up to Fayetteville in Tennessee. But if we don't get that round in the morning, we'll likely see a more robust round and more widespread beginning around noon Saturday. It's all about the timing of the front. So here's your 10-day forecast. Adam's saying Huntsville is going to get a lot busier since Space Force Command is coming. You know, Huntsville's been getting busier every day. And a lot of our stories talking about this Space Command coming and talk about, well, they may not live in the city of Huntsville. Guess what that does to East Limestone in Madison County? It makes all those roads a lot more congested. So you're going to see Capshaw Road, Highway 53. So maybe they'll be able to stagger. I know a lot of the really big cities, they stagger the start times for work, the shift times. So I think there's going to be some communication there going on between what time does everybody go to work. Because if everybody gets on the road at the same time, that's what creates the main traffic problem. So I think that's a real logistics issue for the city of Huntsville, the city of Athens, city of Madison, to maybe delay the timing. And I'm sure they'll have those talks. I mean, that's what happens when you plan these big plans. I don't see any severe weather going on. I see some strong thunderstorms. That's about it. But down the road here, as we get back to what I know is weather, and again, everything else would be speculation as far as the move, everything going on. I'm sure there's going to be some lawsuits and all that stuff. That's the world we live in now. 80 Sunday, 82 Monday, 83 Tuesday. So some really nice fall-like weather coming early next week, and then we're going to warm back up as we get into next weekend. So maybe next Friday, high school football will be more like it should be this time of year. And I really thought this Friday was going to be that, but the front's moving through a day later. So that's what we have. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I got to go do the radio, get ready to do that 10 o'clock newscast too. Again, we've got a few spotty showers. You can check our 48 First Alert weather app for that. I don't expect a lot of rain tomorrow. Maybe in the morning a few showers, but it's just going to be hot. Make sure you're staying hydrated Thursday, Friday. Friday's going to be a evening of heat timeouts for high school football. You guys take care, and I appreciate you tuning in.